Well, I think one question I have with Isla Sorna is where the heck has it been since 2001? We haven't seen, we've heard it, being mentioned, Fallen Kingdom. But in your opinion, where, obviously we know where Sorna is, but how come they haven't shown it? And what's the deal with Sorna?
Isla Sorna hasn't been talked about besides Fallen Kingdom forever, and when you have two movies dedicated to Isla Sorna, you have The Lost World Jurassic Park, and then you also have Jurassic Park 3. Obviously, Isla Sorna plays a huge part in the Jurassic World, Jurassic Park saga. And so I think that Isla Sorna definitely will make a comeback at some point in the future. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that it's going to be in Dominion. I mean, it's even mentioned on the cold storage box that Colin Trevorrow tweeted out a little while ago. So we know that Isla Sorna Site B is going to be mentioned again. The question really remains is how's it going to be implemented? I do think that Dominion is going to have some things to do with Site B. I hope that it's going to be a lot of involvement, but what it really comes down to is a question of what would happen on the island. What's the state of the island right now? Do you want to hear a serious conspiracy theory, Jurassic World conspiracy theory?
Please, yeah, I have one as well. Please.
Okay, yes.
Anything about Sorna, man. Anything.
Absolutely. So I'll say mine and then you say yours. And I think that when we talk about Isla Sorna, there's so much that happened there. It's just crazy to think that Dr. Wu would have just given up on all of his science that he had gone through on Sorna, and all of his assets, just would have given up on them without even revisiting them, especially when you think about the fact that Jurassic World, the Masrani Global went back to Isla Sorna to get those dinosaurs and bring it back to Nublar in order to repopulate the new park. They know that they have this other island that they have control of. It's just really hard for me to believe that Dr. Wu, specifically the head of the genetics and really the creation science over at InGen, it's really hard for me to believe that he would have just given up this island and given up everything that happened there. My conspiracy theory is that Dr. Wu probably had some sort of secret lab on Isla Sorna. The only thing that refutes this conspiracy theory so far is actually in Camp Cretaceous Season 3, and spoiler alert for anybody who has not seen Camp Cretaceous Season 3, in that season, Dr. Wu comes back with a response team and ends up going to the secret lab that Dr. Wu had in order to be able to try to get some of their different hybrid genetics and science that they had there in order to be able to help create the Indoraptor for Fallen Kingdom. And so, honestly, that would have been the very super secret lab that, something like the Scorpius Rex would have been created in. But I honestly think that if Jurassic World wants to get very, very, very interesting with its lore, Universal could say that on Isla Sorna, Dr. Wu actually has a secret lab, and that's actually where he escaped to after Fallen Kingdom. And that's why people would have to go there in Jurassic World Dominion. But that's, of course, just a theory. I have no idea what they're going to be doing with Sorna in the future. I hope that they do something major, but you also have a conspiracy theory. Isn't that right, Matt?
I'm so with you on Dr. Wu because he's shrouded in mystery.
That's true.
We really didn't get to see him until Jurassic World from the first Jurassic Park and what he was up to. But what we do know is on the Simon Masrani backdoor site that he and Masrani and Dr. Wu had email exchanges about an accident left on Sorna. A lot of people theorize that it's the Spinosaurus that was the accident. And if you watch the Jurassic Park 3, behind the scenes with Jack Horner and kind of talking about how this Spinosaurus can cause an extinction on the island on Sorna, that could very well be the case. And I think in the DPG, they might have played with that a little bit. I'm not 100% sure, but I do know that the Spinosaurus could have caused damage in the food chain, and I know that's a popular belief and whatnot. But I do think that since it's an accident, quote unquote, left on Sorna, that accident was shipped somewhere else, somewhere. Maybe Biosyn got involved somehow. Maybe another, Manticore. Maybe another company got involved with this apex predator that could take down a T-Rex. So I don't think that they could just waste an asset like that, kind of like what you were talking about. I would, as far as Sorna's appearing and Jurassic World 3. I'm not sure if it will, but I do think it'll be mentioned, and it has a significant part of, you know, of us as fans, as, you know, and how much we love the island, because we grew up with Lost World and JP3.
Absolutely.
Not to mention the raptor designs that everyone loves from Lost World and JP3, with the tiger stripe and the feathered males in JP3.
Oh, absolutely.
And there's so much to love about the Sorna, you know, variants of dinosaurs. And everybody likes to talk about a certain, you know, male Tyrannosaurus, but I like to talk about the female Tyrannosaurus. It's absolutely stunning. The Doge Tyrannosaurus Rex. And there's just so many great looking dinosaurs from the Pteranodons as well. But there's so much fanfare in Sorna. So not seeing it again or not talking about it again would be just a waste.
I completely agree with you. Completely agree.